Hi guys, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to do a different review, a different thing. I'm going to do an analysis of a 2008 movie. I know it's an old movie, but it's quite a good movie. It's called Cloverfield. It's by the team of Matt Reeves, the director, and he's a team of J.J. Abrams. What the movie is about? The movie is about a monster attacking New York, and how it was, how the story about the survivors, and a very interesting movie. It was shot handheld, and it's basically the jump start of the found footage movie, because the whole movie was shot like was the story about like they found the footage of the survivors, and so they placed it together and come up with a movie Cloverfield. And this analysis specifically focus on the monster of Cloverfield, because I think a lot of people missed the point of the movie. And What it is basically is the monster. What I'm trying to say it is the monster of Cloverfield is actually terrorism. That's the message of the movie. And you say, what? Well, the movie has a physical monster, right? It is a physical monster, but there is something more deeper. And what uh, J.J. Abrams was trying to convey was that the Cloverfield monster is terrorism. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? When it's the movie itself started when J.J. Abrams went to Japan and skateboard a Godzilla movie. So the question that why can't America have their own monster, have their own like enigmatic monster movie, right? And that 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 statement from JJ is actually the catalyst on the monster. How they create the monster for Cloverfield. So you see, before that, I have to say that this is the team of Matt Reeves and JJ. JJ would only direct, very Spielberg style films, very PG-13, where Matt Reeves would direct the more edgier, darker storylines that they come up with. He also directed Let Me In, which is a terrific vampire thriller, love story, and blah blah. And this is his Cloverfield was, I think, his first. If he's in, is a great movie. And okay, that's about that theme lah. I mean, so let's go back to that. Where does it come from, right? So where does the idea to create the Cloverfield movie, and why do I say it is about terrorism? The message is about terrorism. He said that American culture doesn't have a monster like Japan. Japan have Godzilla. Why, why can't we have a monster of our own? So that statement had the so you see when they how the Japan created Godzilla, because Godzilla is the effect of the nuclear bomb and the atomic bomb that dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That that when that bomb dropped, it created a scar or an effect on the psyche of the Japanese people, and it affected everybody. And the people who like comics like me, they created Godzilla. I mean, the Godzilla monster is actually an analogy of an atomic bomb. It is huge, it is powerful, it is nothing to mess with, it can destroy. It is a destroyer, just like an atomic bomb. So that's how Godzilla was created, because it was a response to the atomic bomb. So when they were creating the Cloverfield movie, they were trying to find out what kind of something that happened that caused such a trauma to the American psyche, and what else except for 9/11. So the 9/11 terrorism, and even in the movie, if you just saw it on the surface level, you can see there were a lot of traces of 9/11 scenes that similar to 9/11. There is echoes of 9/11 even on the surface level. But on even but when you look on a deeper level, after you realize that, oh, okay, the Godzilla thing is an analogy. The Cloverfield monster is an analogy for the terrorism. So if you look at the movie, right, they try to bomb, they try to use tanks, they use the army, they use the conventional weapon, and at the end they even saw the B-2 drop the bombs on the Cloverfield, and you can see the character saying that, yeah, we do it, the American way, you know what, they can kill the monster just by dropping bombs from a superior B-2 bomber, and even then, the monster did not die. Just like terrorism cannot be killed by bombs. It's more of a mindset. You know what I mean? Why people want to do bad things? This help here is your mindset. Even if you drop bombs, it did not destroy that kind of mindset. So you have to change thinking, change your mindset. You know what I mean? I think I'm not smart. That's my 2 cents on it. So the idea of Cloverfield monster comes from terrorism. It has no shape. It has no form. You cannot destroy it by conventional warfare. So even when you drop bombs on it, nothing happens. So that's the movie of Cloverfield. And the best part, and the other message, one message that, okay, this is terrorism attacking an American youth, American generations, and the two lovers, the hero and the heroine, represents American innocence, American hope and dreams. They fall in love with each other throughout the movie, and then they sacrifice for one another, and then in the end, there's no more. The movies came out already. So, spoiler: everybody dies. Everybody dies, except for the monster. We don't even know whether the monster died or not. I think that's another message that JJ was trying to convey in the movie. I think that if you use the extreme measures against terrorism, just bombing, and I think the last weapon they used against the monster was nuclear bomb to destroy New York and actually kill the two lovers. So I think that's the extreme message of JJ and the team, that even if you use extreme methods to destroy terrorism, the effect will be on the America's young generations, American dreams, American hope and dreams. And true enough, because it was so traumatic, terrorism was so terrorist attack 9/11 was so traumatic on American psyche, it changed American mindset to such an extreme that even President Obama pun still, approved torture, approved Guantanamo Bay, because they think, it affected American psyche so much that they don't even believe in the justice anymore. They put on Guantanamo, they becomes like the dictators in the Middle East, and torturing people, putting people in prison without due cause, without judicial process. And rightly so. People say they deserve it, and because of that, because terrorism has changed that mindset from saying that law, judicial, democracy. They change it to the point that they even believe in torture, prison without due cause, without going to the just process and stuff like that. So terrorism is that monster that Godzilla was a monster to Japan. Terrorism, Cloverfield is the monster to America. So that's my analogy of my analysis of Cloverfield, because I was just talking to my friends, and then we were talking about the impact of his JJ movies, because JJ and his team are now going to take on Star Wars on top of Star Trek, and a lot of good thing in the future that will happen to him. So his movies, I'm sure, it's not merely just to entertain you. The guy has brains. I think he wants to convey a lot of other messages, underlying messages. So this movie, Cloverfield, I don't know whether people pick up on that, but it's something that I realized that not a lot of people pick up on that the underlying comparison to terrorism and 9/11, and they can see it on the visual, but I don't know whether they pick up on that also. So it is a very interesting movie. If you have not seen Cloverfield, I think it's quite a good effort, very good special effect, very good storyline. I'm not a particular huge fan because of the sad ending. The ending is sad, but it is appropriate lah. I mean, it is an appropriate ending, but the ending was too depressing for me, so I didn't really, I mean, not a big fan of it so much. But I do appreciate the underlying message that he's trying to convey. I do appreciate the skills that was involved in creating Cloverfield. It is a good movie. Out of 5, I given it 4 out of 5 because it is such a good movie. It is such a good movie. So that's it for my short analysis of Cloverfield and what is the Cloverfield monster. Thank you for watching, guys.